master teacher, 75 years old, and still stand on his hands and on his head. And so I went to study with him for 1 week in France, and it gave me a huge push towards becoming a hand balancer. And then since then, I've been exploring this esoteric field of people who try to stand on their hands and heads and do different positions. And since Claude, I met Claude 3 times for a workshop, plus one of his students in Canada, and then at the moment I'm studying with a Mongolian contortionist teacher in Las Vegas. And I try to combine the knowledge of all these people into my training while I'm trying to find my style and my direction as a hand balancer.
How do you find balancing your life with obviously this is not like the typical 9-to-5 job, and you got friends that they work 8 hours and then they can kind of breathe with their family, but you live obviously a very demanding life. How do you keep it all in balance?
Sometimes I don't, but you need to, I live with my wife, who's also a performer, and now we have a daughter, so obviously I try to focus all my training during work time. So, I arrive to work at 5 o'clock, and from 5 to 11 I devote everything I have my time to train and to perform. And when I come back home, usually I just try to do stuff with my family. So that's in general what I try to do. Obviously, like we saw today, I on Saturday mornings I go for 2 hours to do a hand balancing class. And here I go to a yoga class. But in general, I find that if I allocate the time at work wisely, I can achieve a lot of stuff at work during the time I'm there. So I do my warm up, I do my handstand training, I do my conditioning, I do my 2 shows. I go home and try to relax. So it's sometimes it changes. If you're injured, if you're doing more rehearsals than usual at work, then you have to reduce a little bit the training, so you don't overwork, and then you finish with an injury, which takes you back because you need to rehab. You can't perform. So it's like just through experience, my experience at this very particular work environment, I constantly try to find this balance, and it's an ongoing thing. I can't say I found the balance because sometimes it's just it's hard to achieve. Shit happens in the show that you don't have control over. Whether you fall during the show and injure yourself, and then you have to rehab for weeks, or you train too hard and you get injured, and then you need to learn how to work with it.
What does yoga mean to you?
Well, I don't consider myself a yogi. I experimented with yoga for the past maybe 12 years, 13 years, and I took a lot of the physical aspects of it and tried to integrate it into my gymnastics and into my acrobatics. But I can't say that yoga, I use many elements of yoga in my training, in my warm-up, in my stretching, but I don't practice it on a daily basis. And I think it's a wonderful tool for anyone who want to achieve physical feats with their body, with their own body. There is so much knowledge in this art form that we put it together with gymnastics is wonderful.
Do you feel like the future of circus with you for
like that. I mean, that's my long-term goal. I love hand balancing, so I do it with pleasure every day. But hopefully, after I finish my career with LeReve, or perhaps with another big circus show, I can do a few good years of performance with my hand balancing act, if it will materialize, and I'll be able to sell it, and I'll be able to make a living with it. Then it will be wonderful. But it's not something that I can be certain about. It's kind of like a year. I live now a year to year basis. Every year I resign my contract with LeReve, and then at some point I might not be able to continue. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to make a decision before that happens. But it's hard. It's hard to say. Every year gives me new challenges. I had a case of herniated disc a year and a half ago, and I had to get a surgery. And I feel lucky that I was able to return back into the show and do what I do. So, assuming everything goes well, then I'll continue as long as I can with performance, with the goal of doing something a little less physical than what I'm doing now, because there's a big toll on the body.
Well, Yuval, you are an extraordinary person, an extraordinary athlete. I'm very privileged to have this time with you. Is there any final thoughts that you would like to share with anyone who would like to, who's really excited about hand balancing and some of the performing arts?
Well, I think the bottom line is having passion for what you do, whether it's hand balancing or any other art form. And this is really, besides technique and all the other ways to go about to do a handstand, that's the bottom line. You need to give the time and spend a lot of hours on your hands, and finding